stolen car out of LAPD 77th Division. Started off of the 110 Adams, that's near USC. LAPD airship overhead. There are units behind, but not directly behind the vehicle, because this has been a dangerous one. We just saw him driving on the sidewalk to get past some slower moving traffic.
The toss moment 29:15, skip 10 seconds ahead. Okay.
So clearly a very dangerous pursuit here that is now making its way southbound here on Telegraph Road. Telegraph Road, of course,
all this for a work truck.
Extremely busy at this time of the day on a Friday.
Like, what are you even gonna do with this? Who's gonna fucking buy a stolen work truck? I mean, okay, that's a stupid question. They'll just scrap it.
Excellent question, Annabelle. I was just thinking about that myself. I do see the driver appearing. Question, Annabelle. I was just thinking about that myself. I do see the driver appearing to be wearing a white shirt there. I do believe it's a male, but unclear if there's anybody next to him. Of course, there's not going to be a lot of.
That guy looks huge.
2 to 3 people in this.
He takes up that whole window in there. That whole cabin is occupied by his girth.
Car at most. So at this point, we believe
or maybe he's leaning really far forward. I can't tell.
Under which he was able to take this vehicle, but I'm going to zoom in here, see if we can get some information off the side of this.
Nope, I was wrong. He was just leaning really far forward. That guy looked massive in there.
That this vehicle was taken, but as I push in here, as we come under the freeway here, we're going to see him come out the other side. So I'm going to widen out real quick. As he comes out the other side, I'll try pushing in again here when I get a chance. But this might also give me a chance to look at that passenger seat to see if anybody else is inside. But again, at least what we believe to be one person driving this stolen car that is now jumping here on the freeway.
You know, you've got to wonder, this is a work truck, and so not everybody knows how these vehicles are a little bit more intense to drive than, say, just a regular car. So they've got to be very nervy, right, to get into one of these cars, to steal one of these cars, and then lead officers on a pursuit like this.
Yeah, it's not an easy car to drive, and it's also unknown under what circumstances he was able to take it. But he's on the freeway, so I'm going to ask my pilot to scoot forward, if you can, George, on the southbound 605, so we can get a little bit closer to him. Because from this vantage point, we can't quite see exactly where he's at, but I know that he's still headed southbound on the 605 here through Santa Fe Springs.
All right, so we're monitoring this, and this is
I see you, dirty bastard. I missed the audio. I like the sports commentary. And he just blew by a cop that was doing another traffic stop. Immediately aggroing. When does the audio come back? Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah. The assignment desk just let me know it is officially in tracking mode. We're trying to get how long this has been going on. Probably about 15 or 20 minutes. Oh. I would say there was actually 2 different pursuits going on at the same time as the suspect goes underneath us here. So I just kind of got to readjust the camera here. So. Still kind of barreling towards the San Gabriel Valley. See if I can take this opportunity to double in and get, well, it looks like we have a license number there, but the name of the business...
This is great advertising for this business.
See that. I'll kind of double in even more.
It says...
Tapio Auto and
Tapio.
Yeah, okay, it is hard to see.
Yeah, Tapio.
Tapatai.
Okay,
it's
so
Tapati. Tapati.
Some kind of truck wrecking business. So
I can read that.
Definitely some businesses like that in the South LA area, in kind of the more industrial part. So that would kind of make sense.
Skip
but
to
check
950.
out this tire in the back. It looks like that tire is about to that, but busy street here and definitely a busy time. One of the busiest times of the week. Friday, you're going to have a lot of people out here looking forward to the weekend. Not expecting a big flatbed truck to come, hurling through a red light.
Right.
So hopefully, at the very least, they'll be able to hear the lights and sirens or a helicopter overhead and realize something is afoot, because this guy is just muscling his way through traffic however he needs to over to a side road here off of Whittier. And you can see as we're coming up to that intersection I was talking about, definitely a congested one. Yeah. So they're going to be taking a turn now off of Whittier and onto Washington. That's where Washington Boulevard, one of the longest streets, ends there at Whittier Boulevard. I believe, and so now we're headed.
Yeah, that back tire is really struggling. That is hanging on for dear life.
That wheel there in the back, it definitely looks loose, like it could come off at any moment, but so far it's hanging on.
It's definitely wobbling, and of course that's such a concern. What if that was
whoa, baby!
Sideswiping a car right there.
Jesus.
Yeah,
oh!
Just romping over the center divider.
Oh, he's
like,
grinding it like Sonic the Hedgehog in City Escape.
Not even slowing down at all.
Holy shit.
What is going on here?
I mean,
absolute insanity with this truck. I mean, 50 miles an hour right up on the divider, that's definitely the scariest thing we've seen so far.
I think we're seeing desperation, Des. This guy obviously knows now he's being pursued, and he is desperate to get away. That was crazy. He hit that one car, like you said, just drove on the median like it was nothing, and now on the wrong side of the road yet again. Definitely not as congested as it was on the 605 earlier, Des. He got off on Whittier Boulevard, but it was clear for quite a while. But as he heads into traffic, he's getting more desperate.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez. Well, he definitely clipped that vehicle. It's
yeah, he
did. It wasn't 1 second later, or he would have T-boned and seriously injured someone in that vehicle.
What a fucking maniac.
75 miles an hour. I would not be surprised if the LAPD is just going to say, all right, you know, you win. I would not be surprised at all if they, at the very least, back off, because it's just getting so dangerous there. I mean, over the center divider, clipping that vehicle.
That was close.
Right,
no, he hit the car.
Absolutely ridiculous behavior. Back up
earlier, like it was wild.
God damn it. It is so hard to go back exactly where I want to here. Jesus Christ. How far back was it? I thought it was right there. Did I go past it? What the fuck? Where was it?
Right up on the divider, that's definitely the scariest thing we've seen so far.
I think we're seeing desperation, Des. This guy obviously knows now he's being pursued, and he is desperate to get away. That was crazy. He hit that one car, like you said, just drove on the median like it was nothing, and now on the wrong side of the road yet again. Definitely not as congested as it was on the 605 earlier, Des. He got off on Whittier Boulevard.
Went back a little too far.
Clear for quite a while, but as he heads into traffic, he's getting more desperate.
See, he hits the car here. You can see that. This guy is pissed. He is mad. It was lucky that it wasn't a little bit sooner, because that would have probably been game over. That would have been disastrous.
Oh, jeez. Well, he definitely clipped that vehicle. It's a good thing it wasn't 1 second later, or he would have T-boned and seriously injured someone in that vehicle.
Are we sure he didn't have the right of way? That's true. The road rules change during a police pursuit.
Say, all right, you know, you win. I would not be surprised at all if they, at the very least, back off, because it's just getting so dangerous there. I mean, over the center divider, clipping that vehicle right through a red light. Absolutely ridiculous behavior. Back up here. Just fearless, no fear at all from this suspect.
This guy's got to be on some shit.
I mean, this is just hurling down the roadway.
There's no survival instinct left for this guy. He has not slowed down yet.
You see LAPD, they still have their helicopter overhead. We're just gonna, but you know, at the very least, I'm sure that the units that we're pursuing had to have gotten stuck in traffic back there, because they're not going to drive on the wrong side. He's going to blast through right again.
He started to go up on two wheels.
Getting to slide out there. This is extremely nerve-wracking.
Holy.
Here. So now
Jiminy Christmas.
Another quick turn right there. Imagine you're out here just fiddling with your radio or something, and here comes this insane driver, and you're just thinking, what is going on? There's another LAPD unit right there. So there's a lot of units posted around just kind of monitoring this lunatic, but this is a pretty scary one here as we're going underneath the 605, going to cross the San Gabriel River, and we'll be making our way now into...
The perspective made me think they crashed the helicopter into him.
605. So, you know, I'm not sure
Imagine,
to be
like Battlefield.
Relieved or not that the suspect's getting on the freeway. At least we're all going to be going the same direction, but getting onto the southbound 605 now from Washington Boulevard. And this is going to be a pretty congested drive until we squeeze through the 5 and start making our way towards
I mean, you can
LA
see just from the on-ramp, it's getting congested, absolutely. So scary on so many levels. This guy obviously is desperate to get away. We saw him, like you said, clip a car, drive right onto the median, almost, T-boning a car at that intersection. He is driving.
This guy should drive for NASCAR.
In the wrong
Why? He's a
direction.
terrible driver. He's actually horrible. He's already hit 3 different cars. He's not a good driver.
Injuring
like maybe for the Fint Olympics, he'd be pretty solid.
So definitely, the police have to weigh the situation here. Is it worth it to keep pursuing him? He's obviously a great risk to the public right now. You see another unit right there. Des, is this LAPD continuing to pursue, or have Sheriff's Department joined in?
It has been LAPD up to this point, and I think it's just been them this entire time. You know, a lot of times when it's on the freeway, especially getting as far away from the city of Los Angeles as off the freeway,
yeah,
we'll stop. But
here,
I can't believe this bag is staying on.
Going into
this guy said, I want to be here for the ride. He's not going anywhere.
And there's not much space in between for him to kind of, like you said, muscle his way between the cars and try to get away. And it looks like that LAPD unit is from a safe distance. You see there, just kind of a steady
skip ahead to 26.
Okay. There is nowhere else to go.
LAPD overhead in the air.
Yeah, we've certainly seen this evolve, Des. Yeah. Earlier, it started out, police were just in tracking mode. They weren't actively pursuing him, but once the suspect started showing
not a whole lot to expand on their aspect.
Dangerous behavior,
very dangerous.
They absolutely decided to engage. So LAPD had been pursuing them for quite a while. As you heard Des just say, they've
have police ever sniped someone in a police chase?
And my guess is,
yeah,
Rachel,
we actually saw that happen once live. They didn't hit him, but they sniped his truck.
This driver has been doing pretty good despite
it was crazy, actually.
Some of that aggressive driving. But it's someone I'm guessing is familiar with this type of truck. I couldn't get behind the wheel of this truck and maneuver it as well as this driver has, especially when you're looking at how he jumped over medians, how he's crossed into opposite lanes of traffic. Now it looks like Desmond, is he getting off the freeway here, or is he transitioning?
Well, this is the one that I did not want to see, because the other option was to the westbound 22, which is going to turn into a surface street here on the east end of
I can't believe that tire's still
so
on.
Then we're going to be back into
that shit is held together by nothing but dreams and toothpicks.
And we saw just how insanely dangerous the driver was earlier in Whittier. So as they come right around, just screaming by these cars on the right-hand shoulder, you see LAPD coming back into the shot. So here we go, going to be heading down by Belmont Shore and westbound.
Oh,
22.
He's vanished.
So
I lost him.
This sound wall right here.
I've de-aggroed now. He's gone. Must have been the wind.
Try to catch back up on this one. Yeah.
Oh,
so there we're going
got him.
over the San Gabriel River right there, and it's going to get dangerous if he continues this way. I believe it goes towards Belmont Shore. Really nice area with lots of restaurants, lots of people out there walking around. A lot of people very excited for the weekend. There you see CHP.
I'll be playing Schedule 1 once I finish First Berserker.
So, we really don't want to see this person going into an area with a lot of pedestrians, and unfortunately, that looks to be where we're headed right now.
And if he heads into Belmont Shore, we know the roads there are a little bit more narrow.
That's right.
There are lots of homes that are on top of each other, small little homes there in the Belmont Shore area near the water. And again, that strip.
Oh, he's about to lose control.
He's losing it again, Des.
Wow.
Jesus.
Nearly fishtailed again. When you jerk the wheel like that with a vehicle like this, it's obviously not a sports car.
Exactly.
Right.
And back onto the wrong side, just barreling through to avoid that traffic. Now over onto the right-hand shoulder. It's just, how many chances can you
take? God.
Grinding up against the wall.
Oh, my God.
Squeezing through next to that box truck. And
that is actually what I used to do in N64 when I was trying to pass someone in Cruising USA. You just grind that bitch against the wall. Actually, like the NASCAR driver quite a few years ago. Well, actually, I think it was only like 2 years ago, where he just crashed his car into the wall and just slingshot it through to the finish line. He's learned from the best.
That's a bike lane right there. You just plowed right through that bike lane. There would have been cyclists.
Oh, my
We're going
goodness.
up on the center divider again.
Yeah.
Up again. Yeah. Boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
All kinds
What
of
a
property
fucking
damage.
madman.
Pushing these vehicles out of the way.
He has to be on some serious drugs, right?
One of the
100%
we've seen in a long time.
Wow.
I don't know if this person is on drugs or what, but
That's what I'm saying, Chris.
And how much more can this car take? Oh, everyone's just got to get out of this guy's way. What is this lunatic thinking right now?
I'm wondering the same thing.
This guy's going to jail for life. Deserved.
He's getting
Get him the fuck out of here.
Aggressive and just doesn't care. Oh.
He hit 5 or 6 cars.
That wasn't Chris? It's not Chris?
Just moments ago.
Oh my goodness. My heart is pounding because I'm afraid somebody innocent is going to get hurt in all this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't even know if the authorities are going to, you know, again, is it worth it now? They've got to wonder. I mean, is it? There's not any units behind this guy at the moment, so now we're kind of in that situation.
How is it still like that tire should be off by now. I cannot believe it is still there. I can't believe it's still attached. That shit must have Phil Swift's tape on it or something.
That's just so terrifying.
Holy shit. God, good lord.
6 or 7 cars at this point, just plowing right into
what the fuck?
Oh no, what?
This is nuts.
Such great old vehicles. I really hope that person is okay. That might have just totaled. I mean, we may have totaled several vehicles, untold property.
What is it like? What is he thinking? I'm so curious what someone like this thinks during a chase. They're not getting away. They have to know that. Now they have hit like 8 or 9 cars. They're going to jail for life. They have just thrown their whole life away for a stolen work truck that's in terrible condition. Bold to assume he's thinking he's either on drugs or crazy. That's true, I guess. But there had to have been some thought at some point. You'll see what he thinks when he gets out of the car. What does that mean? Did he have a shirt saying, like, here was my thought process? How am I gonna... I have no idea how that's going to explain to me what he was thinking.
At this point, possibly some minor injuries.
So no, he has a thought bubble.
The Belmont Shore area.
He has actually crashed into like 20 cars. Actually, like 20 cars.
Would just give up. I don't know how this truck is.
And that's what I'm wondering. That tire.
You can't even hit this many cars in fucking Midnight Club.
I think I've lost count. How many cars?
I've lost count.
Oh no!
Oh my fucking god! Holy lord! Yikes! 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 Wow. I think I'm just gonna skip to the end to see when they catch him, I guess. That's fucking horrifying. That was a bad one, but thankfully they're okay. This happened an hour ago, are you sure? I know you're giving me those boots on the ground updates, but I'm gonna check myself. Where did you see the aftermath on the drivers that were hit? I see one article mentioning it, but it doesn't say that like he was A-okay or anything. Oh, they say it during it? Oh.
More. This has got to be the end of it. Oh. Plow is stopping. No.
Yeah, there's no shot that's going to get back up and go.
Oh my God. It is over.
Well, at least he made it to his destination. This is where he wanted to go the whole time. It's like Crazy Taxi. He got there right when he needed to.
Vehicles and out and just acting like
what?
Whatever. Not even a big deal. Look at this. Almost looks like he's proud.
Inconspicuous.
Almost this like this just strutting along.
Strutting away.
It's like Assassin's Creed when you blend into the crowd.
So we're at 7th and Miramar. Just unreal. Absolutely unreal. We'll stick with the suspect for now. The air traffic is going to try to guide some people in. They have got to get this suspect in handcuffs. Some of the most audacious behavior I've ever seen is we're going to speed ahead here to get around this building. I just cannot believe what I have seen. One of the most insane pursuits of all time. And for a suspect to just, first of all, I can't even believe that they're okay. But then just
that's how it always goes. Isn't that just a bitch? Like, these absolute maniacs that are driving like this, hitting a ton of innocent people, and then they crash, like, fucking obliterate the car, they walk out completely unscathed. 100 HP. Every time. I don't get it. Every fucking time. A wake of destruction behind them, their car looks like it's been run through, like, 15 wood chippers and, you know, and a nitroglycerin plant getting fucking blown up. And yet they walk away totally fine. I don't understand. Every time.
Out here and act like I'm just out.
Adrenaline? Yeah, but adrenaline wouldn't prevent him from, like, having blood all over him or anything.
Like a sense of pride.
It just keep him, like, lucid.
And my fear at this
So, like,
point,
no
he's gonna
blood,
jump
no
into
cuts,
another car
no
and
broken
carjack somebody. At
bones.
this point,
Exactly.
what's the point, right? At this level of gameplay here, this is just terrible.
Des, I'm so curious. Are there any ground units you see from above? Anywhere close by?
I don't at the moment. We're just kind of trying to get an ID on, and yeah, but look, I mean, the helicopter's there. They're definitely trying to guide some units in. I'm sure the tactical flight officer is trying to get any law enforcement in that they can. If there's even any, you know, there may not be any more LAPD officers here. They may need to just, here we go.
Oh, there we
this is
go.
going to be LAPD.
Thank God.
Yep.
Now they're going to get this guy and slam him onto the ground, slam him against that vehicle, get him down on the ground, and suplexed him right there.
Right.
Almost like a WWF move to get the...
Not quite. That wasn't really a suplex. I mean, it was a attempted suplex. I don't think it was quite WWE level here.
Get him down on
The officer ate the brunt of that.
the ground, suplexed him right there.
Right.
Almost like a WWF move to get this suspect into custody.
Oh yeah, the cop is
after
hurt
the
too. Yeah, that did not feel good.
Absolutely audacious
Not
pursuit.
not the
Officer, look
They
at
are
this officer.
swarming this guy.
not the best
This
suplex.
officer that's crawling
Oh.
away. I hope
Did he get
he's
hit?
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
He might
clutching
have. Yeah,
his face.
I mean, he might have got elbowed or something.
So it's not what happened. He victim of his own hubris on the suplex attempt. He thought he was 50 pounds heavier and 20 years younger, unfortunately.
In the nose, yeah. I mean, the suspect resisting. We'll see if we can get this van out of the way and just move to the east slightly. But they've got tasers out there. They've got less lethal. This suspect could be totally out of their mind on some kind of substance right now.
I think he.
Yeah, absolutely has to be.
For the kind of behavior that we saw, the kind of...
To be honest, though, now the officer can say that he assaulted a peace officer. He'd be like, I suplexed him and he hurt me during the suplex. Kind of big brain, honestly. Kind of galaxy brain, I'm just saying.